Creating a budget can seem like a daunting task, but it's one of the most powerful tools for taking control of your finances. Whether you're saving for a big goal, trying to pay down debt, or simply want to ensure you're spending wisely, a well-crafted budget is the key to financial success. In this video, we'll break down the steps to create a budget that actually works for you. From setting realistic goals to tracking your expenses and adjusting as you go, we'll show you how to take charge of your money and build a stable financial future. Today, we will talk about how to create a budget that actually works. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. Imagine knowing exactly where your money goes every month and having a clear plan to reach your financial goals. Sound impossible? It's not. With a budget, you can take control of your finances, eliminate financial stress, and start saving for the things that matter most to you. Creating a budget that works isn't just about limiting your spending. It's about understanding your income, setting achievable financial goals, and making a plan to reach them. Whether you want to pay off debt, save for a vacation, or build an emergency fund, a solid budget is the key to financial freedom. In this video, we'll guide you through the process of creating a budget that actually works, and we'll share expert tips to ensure you stick to it. Stay tuned until the end for actionable steps to transform your finances. 10. Understand your income. The first step in creating a budget is understanding how much money you have coming in. This is the foundation of your budget. You need to know your income sources and how much you earn each month. This includes your salary, freelance income, business earnings, or any other sources of income. Don't just focus on your gross income, the amount before taxes and deductions. It's essential to calculate your net income, which is what you actually take home after taxes and other deductions like insurance, retirement contributions, or loan payments. Your net income is the money you'll actually have to work with when creating your budget. If you have multiple sources of income, make sure to add them all up accurately. The more clear you are about how much money is entering your accounts, the easier it will be to figure out how to allocate it efficiently. 9. Track your expenses. Tracking your expenses is one of the most critical components of a successful budget. Before you can create a budget that works, you need to know where your money is going. For at least a month, keep track of every expense, whether it's a big purchase like rent or a small purchase like a coffee. Use a spreadsheet, budgeting apps, or even old-fashioned pen and paper, whatever works best for you. Categories to consider include housing, utilities, transportation, food, entertainment, insurance, and discretionary spending. The goal is to capture all of your expenses so you can understand how much you're spending in each area. Once you've tracked your spending, review it to identify any patterns or areas where you might be overspending. It's common to find areas where money leaks out without you even noticing, like eating out too often or paying for subscriptions you no longer use. 8. Set realistic financial goals. A key part of budgeting is understanding what you want to achieve financially. These goals will guide how you allocate your money. Are you saving for a house? Do you need to pay off high-interest credit card debt? Or maybe you just want to build a savings buffer for unexpected expenses. Whatever your goals are, make sure they are realistic and specific. Instead of saying, "I want to save more money," say, "I want to save $300 every month for an emergency fund." Setting specific, measurable goals makes it easier to stay motivated and track your progress. When creating your budget, make sure to prioritize your goals. Pay off high-interest debt first, build an emergency fund, and then focus on saving for longer-term goals like retirement. It's important to make a plan that matches your financial priorities. 7. Categorize your expenses. Now that you know how much money you have coming in and where it's going, it's time to categorize your expenses. A well-organized budget should break down expenses into two categories: fixed and variable. Fixed expenses are regular and predictable. These include things like rent, mortgage payments, car payments, and insurance. These are expenses you can't easily change in the short term. Variable expenses, on the other hand, are things like food, entertainment, and transportation, which can fluctuate each month. While you can't eliminate all variable expenses, you can adjust them to make room for your financial goals. 6. Create a plan for your money. With your income, expenses, and goals in mind, it's time to create a detailed budget plan. This is where the fun begins. Using the information you gathered, allocate a portion of your income to each expense category. If you find that your needs exceed 50% of your income, consider adjusting your wants category or looking for ways to reduce your essential costs, like moving to a cheaper place or refinancing debt. 5. Use the 50-30/20 rule for simplicity. One of the most effective and straightforward ways to create a workable budget is using the 50-30/20 rule. This simple rule gives you clear guidelines on how to manage your money, and it's flexible enough to adapt to different financial situations. It can help prevent overspending and ensure you're balancing your immediate needs with your long-term financial goals. 4. Monitor your spending. A budget is a living, breathing document. Just because you created a budget doesn't mean you can forget about it. It's crucial to regularly monitor your spending to ensure you're staying on track. This is where most people fall short. They make a budget, but don't review it enough to make adjustments. Set a regular time each week or month to go over your expenses and see if you're sticking to the plan. If you've gone over in a category, take note and adjust your spending for the next period. The key is not to get discouraged if things don't always go as planned. Just make adjustments and move forward. 3. Adjust your budget as needed. Life is unpredictable, and your budget will need to be flexible. If you receive a raise or bonus, consider allocating that extra money towards savings or debt repayment. If you experience unexpected expenses, like a medical emergency, you might need to adjust your budget to accommodate those costs. 2. Cut unnecessary expenses. To make your budget work, it's important to cut out unnecessary expenses. While some things are non-negotiable, like rent or bills, other expenses can be trimmed. Start by reviewing your discretionary spending. These are areas where you have more control. 1. Stick to your budget and stay consistent. The most important step to creating a budget that works is sticking to it. It's easy to fall into old habits, but consistency is key. Stay disciplined and follow your plan, even when it feels tempting to overspend. Creating a budget that works isn't just about crunching numbers. It's about taking control of your financial life and setting yourself up for long-term success. It starts with understanding your income, tracking your expenses, and setting realistic financial goals. From there, you can create a plan that works for you, adjust it as necessary, and stick to it for the long haul. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.